Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Get involved with Access Fort Wayne and make your own television programming. Call 421-1250 to find out more.
Welcome, welcome. Good day, jolly good day. Cheerio, righto. Jolly good day to you. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Yes, could you please lend me a few thousand for my next play too? Yes, I am the bard, the master of the English tongue, the most published writer in history. Yes, William Shakespeare, get it? William Shakespeare. Shakespeare, get it? You might not understand my plays, but I've come to show you that they can be funny and fun. They're coming out with a new all-cat version of one of my plays called Romeo and Juliet. Some people thought that Richard III got a deal on camping gear when he said, "Now is the winter of our discount tent." Yes, thank you. I and your daughter are a writhing beast on two backs. Sex description in Othello. Out, damn spot! Out, I say! Lady Macbeth complaining about how the blood of her victims won't come off her hands. Macbeth made a killing, of course. Jolly good, jolly good. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hal who? How long till Henry IV dies and I can become king? Henry V. Knock, knock. Who's there? Et tu, Brutus. You should be a comedian, Brutus, because you're killing me. Julius Caesar. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ferris. Ferris who? Ferris foul and Ferris fair. Macbeth. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hamlet. Hamlet who? Hamlet the dogs out. Woof, 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 woof. Hamlet the dogs out. Knock, knock. Who's there? Helena. Helena who? Helena handbasket is where the world is going. Hamlet. Some people thought Richard III was addicted to prostitutes when they thought he said, "Horse, horse, my kingdom for some horse." It's easy to see how some of my weddings have been misinterpreted. If you've read or seen my plays, you may get to thinking, why are there so many stupid people doing stupid things? Because that's what makes great drama. If everything worked out perfectly for everyone, we wouldn't have much of a story now, would we? Oh, drama is conflict and confrontation with good guys and bad guys, and keeping the attention of the audience and making them keep guessing on what's going to happen next. Now, though many of my plays were based on real events, some of them were just completely made up, and some of these were really far-fetched and unbelievable. Like A Comedy of Errors. A separated twins hire a servant, and their servants are another set of separated twins. Rather unlikely, huh? What are the odds of that happening? But this situation leads to a series of humorous misunderstandings, and it's fun. Some of my comedies actually work because they're so ludicrous that you can't help but laugh about the plot. Like The Tempest. Mad magician shipwrecks his enemies on an island. Now, how many of you wish you could do that? Not very likely. In what play did I make a lot of mistakes? A comedy of errors. Yeah, you should know that one. In what play do I make a big thing out of not much? Much ado about nothing. That's the great thing about a writer. You can always make something out of nothing. In what play do I promise to give the viewer what they want? In As You Like It, of course. In what play do I promise a happy ending? In All's Well That Ends Well. Sorry, spoiler alert. What play inspired a popular song? Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I met widow with the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was a Henry. Daddy does he said to the son, I'm an 8th old man, old Henry. Henry VIII, I am. Yeah. I heard they came out with a gay version of one of my plays called Romeo and Julio. Now, those were 2 really gentlemen of Verona. I wanted to travel, but I couldn't. So I named my theater the Globe Theater, so that anyone who walked around my theater would walk around the globe. Wasn't that smart? Sometimes I've been misquoted, like the guy with the enormous ego who said, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust within him. A little too confident, I think. Some people who complained about life said, we have seen better days. To be or not to be? That is the question. But what is the answer? You have to find out for yourself. We will give the devil our doo-doo. Oh, no, that didn't say that. People called me a cunning linguist because of my sex jokes. Yes, there's a lot of sex jokes in Shakespeare. Like when Mercutio tells Romeo he should find a girl more willing to put out. Wish your mistress be that kind of fruit, and open eyes and pop her in. Yes. Basically says, go find a chick who does anal. What play implies a lesson in mouse training? The Taming of the Shrew. In this, Petruchio, trying to seduce Catherine, talks about trying to put his tongue in her tail. In other words, give her a blow. I admit, romance was a lot different back then. He also said, arses are made to bear, and so are you. Taming of the Shrew. Now Hamlet tries to do the same with his would-be girlfriend, Ophelia. Hamlet, should I lie in your lap? Ophelia, no, my lord. Hamlet, I mean my head upon your lap. It's fair thought to lie between a maiden's legs. So, Hamlet drives Ophelia insane with his perverse sexual propositions. Why didn't he just marry her and get it that way? Because he's crazy. Something is foul in the state of Denmark, and it's Hamlet's mouth knocked between Ophelia's legs. I know some people get a little confused and trying to understand my plays, but people, you don't need cliff notes. Some of my jokes are tongue-in-cheek, but the cheeks are down there. The cheeks and the tongues are down there. Yeah, you get that. Aye, there's the rub. Sounds like the name of a massage parlor. In Venus and Adonis, I really lay it on. Venus, I'll be a bark, and you'll be my deer. Feed on wet and wilt, graze on my lips. If they be dry, stray lower where the present trees rye. Basically, Adonis, Venus really wants it from you. Go for her! And in a midsummer's night's dream, I describe two lovers. Thisbe, my cherry lips have often kissed thy stones and hair knit up to thee. Pyramus, oh, kiss me through the hole. Thisbe, I kissed the hole. I bet you didn't think Shakespeare ever got this dirty. And in Romeo and Juliet, she wants to die in Romeo's dagger, his sheath. She sees death as the climax she missed in life with her lover, to join him in death. Teenagers, they took love too seriously. I mean, she only knew the guy a week. Oh well, it still makes a great story. And in Twelfth Night, Malvolio reads a lady's letter. I see her C's, her U's in her T's, and her great P. C-U-N-T. Do I have to spell it out? As for her great P, I can't say that here, but it rhymes with Hussy. Yes. Also, riding a horse as well as riding you. Twelfth Night. Or how about Lady Macbeth to her man? Screw your curds to the sticking place. She wants it, Macbeth. Give it to her. Another from A Midsummer Night's Dream. Well, but I might see Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of watery moon. Translation. P enters V. And in All's Well that ends well, this woman's an easy glove, my lord. She goes off in honest pleasure. Yes, she's easy. And come, knight, come, Romeo, come thou and knight, come, gentle knight, come, give me my Romeo. Yes, Juliet wants it bad, too bad, too bad, too bad. There are no smaller parts, just small actors, or small-minded casting directors. I am such an intender ass. If my hair do tickle me, I must scratch. Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Bottom, of course. Scratching his tender ass. Sweetest, not half sourest wine. Such a nut is Rosalind, as you like it. If manhood, good manhood, not be forgotten, I am a shotten herring who has spawned sex axe, Falstaff, and Henry IV. A chair fits all buttocks, the pin buttock, the quash buttock, the brawn buttock, any buttock. Clown in All's Well that ends well, the buttocks. Why didn't Cleopatra believe Mark Antony was cheating on her? Because she was queen of denial. I understand there was a musical based on my play Hamlet. One song from him was, I asked to be or not to be, a rogue or a slave is what you see, a boy who loves his mother's knee, to hear my plea to be or not to be, and say you'll be a little help for me, to fight or fight, they fight us nutty, I asked to be or not to be. And also there was a song for Ophelia. Hamlet, dear, your problem is clear. Avenging my father's death. You seek to harm your uncle and mom, but you're scaring me to death. While I die and sigh and cry, and oh, love is everything, you're content to try to catch the conscience of a king. Since the date when youth, its brothers is out to fade, you breed and you don't touch your food, you hate me more and more. Oh, Hamlet, Hamlet, do we a man who rotten enough alone from Ophelia, no one can see you, you'll always be my lone little great ever seen, if you know what I mean. Danish pastry to do for me and for you. Also, there was a song for Polonius. Polonius gives Laertes advice. He thinks his son is innocent and naive, but Laertes has been with the ladies a few times before. However, Laertes is willing to listen as long as he gets his traveling spending money for his rendezvous. Polonius. Neither a bar nor Linda be. Do not forget, stay out of debt. Think twice and take this good advice from me. Guard old sovereignty. There's just one ever thing you ought to do. Do thine own self be true for you. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark, and it's probably these songs. Or my singing. Well, these songs were once on TV. Maybe I should work for a TV show. Me, Shakespeare, working for a TV show. No, not the best career move. To sleep, perchance to dream. Yes, this is what some people do when listening to my plays. They cure insomnia. The pen is mightier than the sword, but in a real fight, I'd rather have both. The swordsman still cut us down. It's all Greek to me, mainly because my best subject was English. I tried to go to a nightclub, but they told me I was barred. Barred, get it? Okay. Some are born with a big one, and some achieve a big one, and some would have a big one thrust in them. Okay. Which play had many happy women in it? The Merry Wives of Windsor. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oberon. Oberon who? Oberon me, and I'll go Oberon you. That was Midsummer Night's Dream there. Knock, knock. Who's there? Noah. Noah who? Noah's the winter of our discontent. Knock, knock. Who's there? Shelley. Shelley who? Shelley, compare thee to a summer's day. Knock, knock. Who's there? William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare who? William Shakespeare for money. Yes, William Shakespeare for money. Knock, knock. Who's there? Lloyd. Lloyd who? Lloyd, what fools these mortals be. Yes, Puck. Knock, knock. Who's there? Romeo. Romeo who? Oh, row me over the ocean, row me over the sea, row me over the ocean and the deep blue sea. Knock, knock. Who's there? William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare who? William Shakespeare, and they don't shake him back. Knock, knock. Who's there? Juliet. Juliet who? Juliet ate the poison and died. Then she woke up, found Romeo, and died. Then Juliet ate the dagger. Yeah. What did Cleopatra do with her crayons? Mark Antony. Knock, knock. Who's there? Toby. Toby who? Toby or not Toby? You still didn't answer my question. Did you know I invented the knock-knock joke? In Macbeth, he knocks off a lot of guys on his way to the top. People ask me, why do my characters make such bad decisions? Why does Othello believe Iago? Why didn't Shylock take collateral for his loan instead of a pound of flesh? I didn't see what he got out of it. Why didn't Hamlet overthrow his uncle in a military coup? Why didn't Romeo and Juliet have a better elopement plan? No. Why did King Lear trust the wrong people? Who knows? Why didn't Coriolanus get along with anyone? Why does Britain still have monarchs? A monarchy after so many bad monarchs? Tradition! Because people making bad decisions makes great drama. Great comedy. Absence makes the heart go wander. For bald guys, to pay or not to pay? That is the question. Are the words a stage, and we are but players? But some of us play around a lot more than others. Another sex joke from Titus Andronicus. Chiron says, "Thou hast done our mother." Aaron replies, "I have done my mother." Yo, mama, come back. There is one. In Othello, Iago says to Desdemona's mother, "Your daughter and the Moor are making it." Tattletale. Why did I tell such dirty stuff? That's what the audience wanted. I just gave them what they wanted, what they were willing to pay for. I know another question you'd like to ask me. Did I write all my plays? Now, some people think I did not. Yes, they thought that when I brought home the bacon, I was stealing from Francis Bacon. Or when I was kidding people, I was stealing something from Thomas Kidd, the playwright. Shakespeare, really? Shakespeare, really? Or was it Shakespeare Raleigh and Sir Walter Raleigh? I take from him. When I minded my manners, was I taking from Roger Manners, the closet writer? Well, I'll tell you. Did I write all my plays? The truth is, yes and no. I did write 37 plays, but I got the ideas the old-fashioned way. I stole them from others. It's true. About 30 of my 37 plays are based on the works of others. Someone would write a novel or a book or a poem or a story, and I would do the stage play adaptation of it. See, that's how I got credit. To give an example, saying I wrote Romeo and Juliet would be like saying King Vidor wrote War and Peace. Now, King Vidor wrote a screenplay for War and Peace and directed a movie about it, but no one would deny the book was written by Leo Tolstoy. Likewise, I based my play Romeo and Juliet on the poem Romeus and Juliet by Arthur Brooke, who originated the idea. So why don't the original authors of my drama material get much credit? Because I have powerful friends and allies, that's why. Out there promoting my name and my writings over them. And copyright laws were very different 400 years ago. In fact, there were no copyright laws. I could get away with anything. In fact, there were virtually none. Anyone could steal material for anyone and get away with it back then. I couldn't do that today. I would get sued. No, not today. But if you want to be a writer these days, the best thing to do is study journalism. Because nonfiction writers always tell the truth. Well, we fiction writers are all liars. I admit that I borrowed heavily from the writings of others. Richard III didn't know how to be a good king, but he had a hunch. Richard III tried to be a magician. Once he made 2 young princesses disappear, but they didn't come back. He could make people disappear, they didn't come back. They finally found the bones of Richard III under a car parking lot where they had been for 500 years. He was charged for several £1,000s for parking fees. Tried to get away with it, but they caught him. Why did we have the Dark Ages? Because there were so many knights. Why were the king's men too tired to fight? Because they had many sleepless nights. Why is England so wet? Because our queen has reigned for years. The queen reigns over all. Why do some constituents of Prince Charles live at sea? Because he's the Prince of Wales. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Hamlet. Everybody dies. Macbeth. Everybody dies. King Lear. Everybody dies. Everyone on earth will die someday. Yes, now you know the end. They remade Hamlet and called it The Lion King. That proves it's a jungle out there. Why did the king play cards in the bathroom? He wanted to get a royal flush. Where did the Burger King take the Dairy Queen on their first date? Duh, White Castle. White Castle has a place most people can't live without. Why did the Queen go to the dentist? To get her teeth crowned. How'd you follow Prince Charles? You look for his footprints. Footprints of the prince. Why did King Henry VIII have so many wives? He liked to chop and change. Now, Anne Boleyn swore she'd be a good wife to King Henry VIII, even though it would kill her. Yeah, guess what? Oh, that's what happened to Anne Boleyn. Try to please the king, lose your head, off with her head. Anne Boleyn liked to go shopping, but her husband, King Henry VIII, he liked to go chopping. Who is the king of fractions? King Henry VIII. He also knew how to divide. Off with her head. Why did King Henry VIII fail his classes? Because he lost all his tutors. Off with their heads. King Henry VIII liked to insult people. In fact, he cut them down to size. Oh, off with the head, off with the head. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. From Macbeth. I got a lot of fan mail from witches for that one. A song in my honor. I'm William Shakespeare. I'm known far and near. It wasn't hard to be the bard, 'cause I'm William Shakespeare. Here are some adaptations of To Be or Not to Be. Dogs. To bark. Or not to bark. Cat. To meow or not to meow. Cows. To moo or not to moo. Pigs. To oink or not to oink. Zombies. Zombies. To bleed or not to bleed. Oh, I like that Hamlet song. Am I to be or not to be? That is the question that I ask of thee. A rogue or slave is what you see. What shall I do to set me free? To die, to sleep, perchance to weep. That is the price I pay, I shall be sleep. The sleep of death, to death succumb. I may be crazy, but I'm not dumb. To take up arms in a troubled sea. What else I do, or not to be? Or what's up thee, or ice and sea? Am I to be or not to be? Okay, we'll have a little song. Can you play that song? Number 2. Do. Play song number 2. Light in my eyes. I look for your smile to see you arrive. We met at the park, I into my car. I went to your place for a slight embrace. Oh, I really want to be with you. I want to go to your rescue. The time to rush to minute through. Only want to be with you, only with you. What else can I do? Only wanna be with you. What I had behind my back.
The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any